Hello. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how you can post events on the startvoting.org/events page. So let's go over some prerequisites. I'm going to assume that somebody's giving you access to Nation Builder. Nation Builder is the tool we use to build the startvoting.org and the equal vote websites, and also manages our sign-up list. And I'm also going to assume that you've been given access to the event graphics template. That's this slide deck with all of our thumbnails. So yeah, assuming you have both of those, we can move forward. And then I'll be posting links to those in the description of this video as well. So usually when you're creating an event, it starts off with the organizer curating the event details and putting them on a calendar event, and then they pass it off to you and say, hey, here's my calendar event. Can you create a listing on startvoting.org/events? So if I go to the equal vote calendar, one second. So if you go to the equal vote calendar, then it should look something like this. And in that previous video, it would be also good for you to watch that because it shows you how you can get access to this equal vote calendar. And then I can click into one of them, and then all the details you'll need are going to be in this event. And you can even click edit on it in order to see the details more clearly. And then once you have that information and this event looks properly filled out, then you're going to go to startvoting.org/events, and you're going to make sure you're signed in. And the way you can do that is to go all the way down to the bottom. And right now it shows that I am signed in. But if you're not signed in, then it'll prompt you to sign in here. And then you can sign in with your Nation Builder credentials. And then once you've done that, on any page on startvoting.org, you can go to this bottom button and click Edit This Page. So now we can edit the events page. And by the way, if you are editing a different page on the website and you're already in this Nation Builder interface, you could also search events up in the top right, and that will also work. So great. So for creating a new event, there's actually two ways to do it. So we're going to go to events and subpages, and we see a series of events up top that are unlisted, and then a series that are published. Most of these unlisted ones are things we use as templates and then copy. So every 3 to 6 months, I go in here and copy all of our monthly chapter meetings. So for example, if you wanted to create a copy of the California call for next week, or for next month or something, then you can just click clone here, and then you'll just click on the next date and then clone. And that's all you need to do. And one trick I use, since I tend to do 3 to 6 of these at a time, I use the middle mouse button to open this in a new tab. So then I have 3 clones all in new tabs, and I can easily make it a little bit of a slightly quicker workflow. I've also started playing around with this monthly by day or monthly by day of the week feature. That might be a more efficient way to do it. I just haven't played around with it very much. So we got that, but let's say that you are needing to create an event from scratch. For that, we're going to click new event up here, and then we're going to give it some name and some slug. So the slug is, when the event is created, it's going to exist with the slug right there. For example, I don't have an example off the top of my head. Maybe, this is like an example of an event page and how the slug looks like. So some name, and then you get to decide if you want the status to be unlisted or published. Usually I go ahead and publish it, and then there might be a preliminary version that people are going to see when it's not quite ready yet. But if you wanted to be extra safe, you could do it unlisted first and then publish it later. I'll make this unlisted since this is just a test example, and you can name it whatever you want. Probably this name is going to match the name here from the calendar event. So we're going to hit create page. And then the rest of it should be fairly self-explanatory. Everything in the basics page you can get from the Google Calendar event. If it's a Zoom event, we usually say virtual for the venue name. If it's in person, you can just put a basic title there. You can put the details of the location tab later. And then definitely recommend putting your name and email address for contact information. I usually also put my phone number there, but that's totally optional. Most people don't put their phone number there because it's whatever you put here is gonna be publicly viewable on the web page. Let's see. I usually leave these unchecked. And then the next one you're going to look at is, I don't think I do anything under advanced. No, I don't usually touch this. So it's basics, intro, and then location are the 3 tabs that you're going to be mostly interacting with. And then under intro, it's just going to be copying the description from the calendar event. Okay, great. And then the last thing about events is the thumbnail. That's the only piece of information that you can't gather from the calendar event. So you can just click this thumbnail here, and then it'll take you to the right spot where you can browse for the thumbnail. And we get that. Usually people create the thumbnails in this events graphics template spreadsheet. And then to get one of these intonation builder, you're going to want to download as PNG, current slide, and then that will get that file on your computer. So I could do it here, for example. And then when you're back over here, you can browse for it, and there you go. So I'm hitting save now, and there it is. And then once you've done that, if you haven't published it already, then you can make sure to go under settings and change the status to published. And that's pretty much it. That's all there is to it. So I've been thinking about ways to automate this. Like, it'd be great if there was a button you could press that could just automatically copy all the information from the calendar. That could make it a little less tedious. But I haven't gotten around to that yet. But whoever's working on this process, I'm looking forward to working with you. And if there's any pieces that need streamlining, we can figure that out. Yeah, so that's all for this. Thank you for watching.